You hear my daughter like cackling in the background. My Master Prime by FaceStudio. This is the Blur and Illuminate one. It's by Maybelline. Set up a little background because, well, I have a room now, so I might as well set up a background. That's my guitar. Her name is Charlie. It's a Supernatural thing. If you don't watch Supernatural, just ignore me. So I think I'm gonna do my eyes first, just because I'm using a lot of dark eyeshadows. And even though I don't really think they're gonna fall out all that much, I still want to be careful. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime, and I'm using my Maybelline Color Tattoo. This is the leather edition line. This is in the color Chocolate Suede. It's a really, really pretty color. This actually makes a really, really nice base because this is water resistant and it lasts super long. First, I'm going to go in with a Coastal Scents color. I think you guys have seen me use this one before. This one right here. And I'm just going to pack it on the inner corner, on the outer corner, I'm sorry, and on the inner corner. So we're going to be doing what I like to call the sandwich sort of look. I see people calling it the halo, so I guess you can call it that too. So the trick with this is to look straight ahead and make sure that right above your pupil is where you're not packing on any eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, out here you, and just whisk away from the center to clean the center up slightly. And I'm just going to start running that into the crease. We're going to come back to the crease in a little while. As I said, we're going to be packing on eyeshadows like there is no tomorrow. Get it all, get it all. So what you want to do if you're doing something like that is that you want to blend as you go, so that your edges, God, I can't talk, so that your edges are nice and smooth. And this is going to be what I call a kitten eye. In terms of shape, it's not round, I'm not rounding it, but I'm also not making it super cat eye. So it's like a baby cat eye, so it's a kitten eye. So I'm taking this one, and this one is Mulch, that one right there. I'm pointing the right one. There we go. It's a really nice, soft, pinky, bronzy kind of color, so I'm going to just make my brush nice and damp from my wet wipe. Of course, you could spray Fix Plus or something on it too, but I'm just showing you different ways that you can do it. I'm going to get it up on my brush really well, and I'm going to start placing that in the center of my lid. Don't worry too much about blending the edges together just yet, because we're going to go back in and repeat this process again. I'm going to pick back up some more of that cherry chocolate with my wet brush this time and concentrate it on the outer corner first. I don't know if you can see what that does for the shadow, but it just brings it to life. Okay, one more time. It's my slightly damp brush. I'm going to pick up Mulch, pop it again onto the center. This is just lightly this time because we do have quite a bit down there already. You just generally want to make sure that these eyes are very even, because if they're not, you're going to see it. So this is the one time you want to take care with your placement, make sure everything is lining up nicely, have a mirror in front of you that you can look straight ahead into it, etc., etc., etc. Now, we are going to take a small brush, a much, much, much smaller brush. This one that I have is by Morphe, I think it is the pencil brush. It actually doesn't have a number on it, so I can't tell you which one it is. So I'm going to pick up this color now. This one is called Deep Roast, and it is from Coastal Scents, but it is and it looks lighter in the pan, but it actually comes out quite dark. So I'm just concentrating that with my teeny tiny brush, just on the outer corner here. This little brush is so wonderful for this because it's so tiny. Let me see. Can you see it? It's so little, but it's actually really, really soft. So it's not, because I find a lot of pencil brushes are very scratchy, and I don't like them for that. They're uncomfortable to use. This one is actually super comfortable to use. And because it's slightly fluffy, it can actually do a little bit of blending for you. So if you have to blend into a tight space, this is an excellent brush for that. So I'm just going to take my fluffy brush, fix my edge here, and then pull it through the crease again. So I'm going to take yet another brush. This one is the Real Techniques. I think it's called the Detailer brush. It's very old. I've had it for a very long time, and it's still one of my favorite brushes, so I have no idea what it's called. I am going to pick up just a little bit of MAC Amber Lights, which as you can see is one of my most well-loved eyeshadows, because look at the pan. Okay. Tap it off, pick up just very little, and I'm actually going to place it in the middle and pat gently over the mulch. I do not want to cover up all of the mulch, I just want to add another dimension into the middle of this eye. Now I'm just going to take my fluffier brush and softly, I'm hardly touching my makeup. Softly, I'm going to just buff all the edges over so they have something that looks like that. So now I'm just going to take my wet wipe and I'm going to clean up any fallout that I have, which is just a little bit. Today, I am using my Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation. This is great foundation. My color is 322, which is Warm Honey. So I'm going to get that, and I'm actually not going to put it on with my Beauty Blender today, although I do like putting it on with the Beauty Blender because I find that it just goes on like, oh, like butter. I'm actually going to use my Real Techniques buffing brush today instead. So I'm just going to pick it up on the brush and pat it onto my face. This foundation does not wear for me as long as the L'Oreal one does, the Pro Matte, Infallible Pro Matte. But if I had to pick which one I like better in terms of texture and application, it would be this one. I am just going to put on my concealer real quick. I'm not applying strong contour today because I'm going to be applying really strong highlight. So, yeah, we don't want to look too drag queen. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love drag queens, love drag makeup, but drag makeup is stage makeup and it is not appropriate for everyday life. Alright, really quick, we're going to set this before my camera decides that it's going to cut out on me. I'm going to use my banana powder and my setting brush from Real Techniques. And I'm going to tap it on one way and tap it back the next. Okay, so I'm going to finish up my eyes. First, I'm going to take a little angled brush and the same tattoo color again. And I'm going to run it under my eyes. Checking. I'm using a new mirroring software. I'm trying it out on my laptop, which means that I'll be able to see, I can see my screen. It's a little bit of a delay on it, but it's not that bad. So I can see if the camera stops recording, I can see if I'm in focus, that kind of thing. So thank you very much to Mark, my friend, who gave me that idea. My family is really loud today. Really loud. So, bear with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start with Mulch. I'm using my Real Techniques, what is this one called? It's all worn off. It's this little one. It's been a long time. And I'm just going to actually run that right along. I know you have to film, so you have to rehearse, so it's okay.
Cool?
Yeah. Love you. I'm going to take my smaller brush again. I'm going to take the cherry chocolate and just put it along the outer third and the inner third. And I'm going to leave the center third of my lower lash line clean. Well, not clean, but I'm not going to apply the cherry chocolate there. Then I'm going to go for deep roast again on the same brush. Because we're going from lighter to darker, it doesn't matter if we don't clean the brush off. It's actually probably a good thing if you don't clean the brush off, because then you get a nice blend. Alright, and then we're going to do in the inner corner as well with the deep roast. Like so. Once more, I'm going to clean my brush off on my wet wipe, get it a little teeny bit down, pick up some amber lights, and just, so again, I'm going to look straight ahead and make sure that we're matching the placement on the top with the placement on the bottom. Because my husband is recording, is rehearsing with a friend of ours, Sarah. You can hear it in the background. So to avoid any copyright issues as well as sound issues, I'm going to switch to voiceover at this point. So first up, I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, and I'm going to use the color Dim Light under my eyes because I'm a little puffy under there today, so I just want to diffuse that light, and it really does work. And then I'm taking Radiant Light across tops of my cheekbones and down the center of my nose as a highlight base. Then I'm going to set my foundation. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the color Medium Dark and my Real Techniques powder brush. And please, for the love of Lana Del Rey, don't forget your neck. So I thought that I recorded it, but I clearly didn't. I just applied a little bit of Rimmel's black gel eyeliner onto my lash line and into the waterline, as well as my tight line, and then I did my brows off camera. And now I'm going in with my Milani Wonder Pencil in the color Medium and just using it to sharpen up my eyebrows, also conceal that little mole I have there, and patting it in with my fingers. Curling my eyelashes with my Revlon curler, and then I'm going to apply my Rimmel Scandalized Retro Glam mascara in the color Carbon Black generously. Lots and lots of mascara. This is NYX's blush in the color Cocoa, and I love it because it's a nice warm brick kind of color, but I'm putting it on lightly and it's not going to compete with all the bronzes and golds that I have on there. And then just for an added kick, I'm going to add Milani's Baked Blush in the color Rose Doro, just over the top of it, just sweeping it over very lightly. This is my Real Techniques blush brush that I'm using for this. Then it's time to highlight. I'm using my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Global Glow and my Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm going to just pack this on tops of my cheekbones, bridge of my nose, center of my forehead, Cupid's bow, chin, underneath my cheekbones, everywhere. I want to glow like a disco ball. I'm going to go off camera and apply my lashes. I'm using the Duo Adhesive in dark and these lashes from Absolute New York, which are really nice and natural looking, so I'm going to apply tons of mascara on as well. And so there you go. Lashes are done. Next step, last step for the eyes, is to highlight the inner corners, and I'm actually taking it into the nose bridge almost, just to widen up my eyes. This is MAC's rice paper that I'm using for this. Now I'm going to line my lips. This is the Rimmel long-lasting twist up eyeliner, lip liner, sorry. I'm going to put the proper name down in the description bar. But this is in the color Sand Beige, and this is the perfect My Lips But Better color for me. I love it so much, and it lasts a really, really long time. It's also really smooth, and I actually sometimes fill my lips in and just wear it alone as a lipstick. Last up today is my lipstick, which is MAC's Velvet Teddy, my favorite nude lipstick of all time. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this Ultra Glam holiday look that I've done for you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.